We've got news about the brand new Halo that could be coming, the Wild Robot, and the lead star for the brand new Voltron movie coming from Amazon, and a whole lot more. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know what always comes up first.
Welcome to the Lights, Camera, Rant podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Lights, Camera, Rant. As always, I'm your wonderful host, Mr. Rant, and what a week it has been. I know we're usually streaming a little bit earlier, but last weekend that's just gone, it was absolutely massive and packed for myself. So we're going to do this a little bit later, but it's all good to see everybody here who's watching, listening, and everything else in between. So this past weekend, we got to go to PAX, which is the Australian Gaming Convention, over the 3 days this past weekend, which was absolutely massive and so much fun. Both from your small indie titles to your big game titles to board games, and again, everything else in between. It was packed. It was busy. It was fantastic to see everyone who's another creator there. It was just an awesome time. Not to mention seeing photos from Indiana Jones, which you saw as well, Doom, the Dark Ages, and my highlight of this all was Mouse PI. So I don't know if you have seen this game. If you haven't, this needs to be on your Steam wish list now. So Mouse PI is basically what happens when you want Mickey Mouse and you want a first-person shooter and you mix them together and boom, that's what you get, Mouse PI. Now this game, lucky enough to be at the convention, there was a panel with the creators to actually see the first gameplay footage and some details about the game. Now this is, if you are a little bit worried that this is like on a small level, no, this is going to be big and well thought out. Between the 20 different options of weapons that you can have, the fact it's still going to be a private detective PI story, to the fact that the creators are also talking to the creators of Doom Eternal and finding out the best way for like first-person shooter between the shotgun, between the handgun, and everything else, and the nice, unique little animations have when they reload the guns. Now, this game is coming in 2025 and needs to be on your Steam wish list right now. It's unique, it's different, and it's making me like going, you know what? I really need to buy that Steam Deck because my Mac is not going to be able to support the game entirely. But you know, the Steam Deck was like sitting here for me. I'm like, oh yeah, I might get it. Now I'm just like, crank that up. That's going to be, I'm all excited for that right now. But this was just a highlight, just seeing the uniqueness of this game and seeing how it's going to look. I'm just really excited for this, and you need to as well. But honestly, it is 100% Mickey Mouse, first-person shooter. What could possibly go wrong? So that's Mouse PI for hire, so go check that out. Also, there's something else to check out if you haven't already. We got to see an early screening of Hellboy the Crooked Man. That review came out last Thursday, and it is, when I say it's ranting through hell, it is definitely ranting through hell. This is the second attempt to kick off a brand new Hellboy franchise, but instead of being on a huge budget, this is on a much smaller scale. The story is good, CGI, a little bit bad. But I won't spoil. Definitely go check out the review, Hellboy the Crooked Man. So this movie was going to be released in cinemas. However, it changed, and now it's only going to digital. So definitely go check that out if you want to go to the supernatural, the weird, the funky, and go into the Hellboy universe. Also, that's also passed this week that has dropped is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. If you haven't already, surprisingly, by the time you're listening to this, if you haven't already, you need to go pick up this game. I've only played a few hours, and I'm absolutely addicted to this. If you are a Dragon Ball Z Budokai Technology fan, you are going to absolutely love this. Now, Now, I do know most of you will have already seen this as it come out, but I did see something very interesting that I don't think it's going to happen. It's a bit of a stretch, but look, stranger things have happened. Is that I've seen a whole bunch of the community trying to push for this to be Game of the Year. Now, when people do say that, when we have 3 months left, and I don't think it will be the Game of the Year contender, fighting Game of the Year, without a shadow of a doubt, there is nothing going to be stopping out this. Apparently, I saw a post the other day that this is one of the most played fighting game ever so far, which I don't know if that's adjusted for something really old like Tekken or just now modern day. But yeah, that was what it says. In fact, apparently the most played fighting game on modern consoles right now, especially the user base. Everywhere you're seeing this game. Not to mention, this is probably one of those games that if you're ever on the fence and you're like, should I get the season pass? 100% this is a game you should get season pass for. There's only 180 characters, and yes, that's fine. It sounds like clones. There's 180 characters and 200,000 more on the way. There is actually 200,000 more, but there is more that's going to be on the way. So I definitely recommend, if you haven't already, get the season pass for this game. This is on every single platform, so if you do miss it, you really are missing out on something. That's Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Also, now, this is about time, or this is it. It's probably not about time or needed to happen. So let's wind back the clocks. Bungie, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Wars, Halo ODST. And then from there, we got 343 Industries that create Halo 4, 5, and 6. Now, the reception of 4, 5, and 6 hasn't been great. Story, it seemed to be going like this on popularity. It's been really good. It's been really bad. Probably a little bit more bad than good. However, just recently they have announced that they will now be moving to the Unreal Engine for Halo 7, which they did drop a concept trailer for, which looks absolutely crisp in the trailer and looks stunning. And I'm like, God, I was looking at it going, geez, just reboot all 6 games. Actually, sorry, not reboot. Redo all 6 games in Unreal Engine 5 because this looks beautiful and it needs to be done. So I know a lot of people after Halo 6, a lot of people did drop off and weren't very excited for another Halo game. But in saying that, looking at what it's going to be right now, I think that we need to give this another chance. If Halo 7 is going to look like this, then we really need to amp up that hype and train into this. Also going on is that now 343 Industries has now changed to Halo Studios. They are fully pushing forward into the Halo universe and now have become Halo Studios. So Halo Wars 3 and another spin-off, this could also be happening. They said for all future Halo titles. Now, what that's going to be shaped out, that what's going to look like is up in the air. There's no official announcement of what the next game will be. However, it will be an Unreal Engine, and this looks beautiful, and I can't wait. So hopefully we don't have to wait 5 or 6 years in this announcement. Hopefully it's something a little bit sooner, 2 or 3 years, on what Halo 7 might look like. But I guarantee if it looks like anything like that, it's going to look stunning. Also, ever since Oppenheimer, there has been a big question mark on one of the best directors of our time is Christopher Nolan and what his next big project is going to be. Oppenheimer is close to being a masterpiece between all the accolades it's won, the performance, the storytelling, the whole gravitas of what that movie was. So right now, it's going to be, what is Nolan's next project going to be? So the rumor has it that is set that Christopher Nolan's next movie is going to be coming out in July 2026. Interesting enough, there's no title, there's no plot, there's nothing that's been announced. However, he might be looking at Matt Damon to take the lead role, who was in Oppenheimer. And look, it's Christopher Nolan's become one of those directors that you look at and go, I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what's going to look like. You could give me a poster. You could give me no trailer. You could give me nothing. And it's like, take my money. I already have my ticket. Now, I know there's been people who've been decisive about, Tenet, Interstellar, whether or not Dark Knight Rises. But you got to admit, the man brings his A game to every single project he produces. The uniqueness, the storytelling, how different it is. It's almost coming to the point where his films are almost like event films of what weird and what different they're going to be. Like, yes, a lot of people didn't like Tenet, but there's no movie like Tenet on that scale. That's a movie, not only do you watch it, if Inception, you watch it, you're like, okay, I need to watch this twice. Tenet, you need to watch at least 3 to 4 times to get that. And Interstellar is a beautiful space movie as well. And again, it's nearly been 12 years, and we still talk about the Dark Knight trilogy on the bar it sets in all movies. So, he's a great director. And again, not just the Dark Knight trilogy, but his earlier works, things he's done even earlier. That Prestige is still one of those movies that I constantly look at and go, get to the ending, and you're like, what the was that? What? And that's another movie you have to go back and watch again. So the Christopher Nolan fans, his next movie's locked in, but where do you want to see it? Well, what genre would you want to see Christopher Nolan take? And in what type of fashion? He's done space. He's done superhero. He's done a period piece. He's done so many. So where is this going to land and how it's going to look is all up in the air. But 100%, you've got my ticket. Finally, we've also got our brand new Green Lantern, which is Jon Stewart, played by Aaron Premier. Oh, probably butchered that. Has been cast in the brand new Lanterns TV show for the HBO Max upcoming Lanterns TV show. So we officially have both our Lanterns now. Now, there is no official release date for this, but we, to make both fans happy, we now have our Hal Jordan, and now we have Jon Stewart. They are both coming in their own TV show. And so I'm trying to think of how we're going to this. If it is just announced it, you're probably still looking at, say, end of 2026, 2027 kind of vibes. It could very much be we're getting this and the brand new Harry Potter TV show in the same year, which would be quite intense and fantastic to get. Again, for someone else, Harry Potter TV show does not have a release date. They're currently still just doing the cast and call at the moment. So that's still a little bit far off. But the Lanterns are locked in. The darkest day, in the darkest night, no evil shall escape my might. Green Lantern's light. And I 100% know I missed a line in that. I haven't said that in a very long time. But yes, we have both Lanterns coming. Also, we're going to have a brand new Lilo and Stitch movie live action that got announced not too long ago. However, when that was announced, there was no mention of when that's coming out, only the fact it was coming out next year. So again, this is going to be coming out next year in May 2025. Again, this, as it always keeps, it seems to be every week, this is scaling up and up and up of how packed 2025 is. So moviegoers and TV show goers, TV show bingers, if you will. 2025 is going to be our year. We have got this packed. It is looking stacked, and I cannot wait. So honestly, I must say, I was looking at the schedule the other day, and I'm like, it's really going to be like a major release or a major TV show week after week after week every week of like a major one, not just a small one, major one. So trust my wallet is going to look so empty just on movie tickets and streaming services. It's just going to go. But Lilo and Stitch is coming out May 2025. So get ready and lock in for that for all Disney fans. Also, guys, so this has become quite controversial. And thanks to a recent court case that's come up about this, is that now when you buy a Steam game, and now comes with a warning that you're actually buying the license and not actually buying the game. Because in recent times, there's been great conversations on the fact that, you buy the game, but you don't actually own it anymore. The licensing can be pulled at any time. There's actually a particular one story that I reported on not too long ago was the fact that it's I can't remember what the type of game it was, but it was only an online game. There was a 1 and there was a 2. Now, this person only had the first one. He didn't buy the second one. However, the game studio was no longer going to support the first one, and they're only going to support the second one. So he was going to take them in court and said the fact, well, now I have a dead game. I spent $80 on this game, and I can't use it. So either support the game or give me a single player mode that I can actually use the game. And look, his argument's quite valid on it. You've paid the game. You can't just turn around and go, it's just dead like that. You should, if you buy a physical game, you should be able to use it all the time. There should be both an online and offline mode. But it looks like Steam has jumped to the table and has started saying this moving forward as you buy these games, because it's coming more and more like that. I still can't believe that the PlayStation 5 Pro that's being released in Australia is that the version to get the disc drive is still about $200 more. It's about $1,300 to get the PlayStation 5 Pro with a disc drive, which is bloody ridiculous. I'm like, I don't want just a digital console because it takes up so much fucking room. I'm like, just give me the normal console. I don't want digital because, again, you don't own the game properly either. So I don't want that as well, but it's good to see Steam's also doing that. And I did mention earlier that the Steam Deck, you will, for Australian fans, we will be able to buy the Steam Deck through Steam and Valve in November this year. So currently right now, if you go on the website, just says coming soon. It's roughly about $600, $800, and $1,000 for the Steam Deck. It's interesting because when the Steam Deck got announced, it was like November 2021. They got announced that this was all happening, and all the delays because of COVID and everything that came through that. So it was just like, I think I gave up. Actually, no, I did give up. I gave up completely on holding out for this because I was like, it's just ridiculous, it's not going to come through. But now it finally is, and now, as I mentioned with Mouse PR, I'm like, you know what? That's looking pretty good. I might pick that up instead of PlayStation 5 Pro instead, because I'll get a shit ton more on that. But Steam Deck fans is coming, and apparently they have said that it will ship out straight away as soon as you order it. The stock is ready. Stock is ready to go. You can't go on the wish list right now yet to order it, so that you have to wait on. Now, this sleeper hit for 2024 called Wild Robot, which I haven't seen yet, but the reviews for this are absolutely massive and going really well, has a stellar cast from Pedro Pascal, Mark Hamill. This has been officially confirmed by the director that they are making a sequel, which makes perfectly sense. With how the reception of this movie, it's based on a book, it has done fantastically well, but as how the marketing has gone, it's definitely been a sleeper hit for this. So a sequel is well deserved if the reviews are right, which if it's not my review, don't know. The reviews are right, it should be coming out, and we're probably looking at about 2026, 2027 when this will be coming out. But Wild Robot fans, it is arriving and it is coming. So definitely, if you haven't already, go check out the sequel. Go check out the first one because the sequel is on the way. Now, let's talk Agatha. Now, right now, as I've always mentioned, the fact right now we're currently in the season of Penguin versus Agatha. Penguin versus Agatha. Who's going to win the final? Who's going to be the better show? All depends. To me, I feel like Penguin's going to do extremely well, but it all depends on the ending on both of these. Now, we are entering episode 5 of Agatha. Now, it is going to finish at the end of this month, so get ready for this. Not to mention, we have a special guest who's coming on for the show at the end, and we're going to be doing a complete overhaul of the final and the whole look back on the entire season. So definitely tune in when we review the last episode of Agatha. So this Agatha episode is going to give you major 80s vibes, because now they're going to the 1980s with the next trial. But at the very start, they start getting attacked by the Salem 7 once again, because the fact the doorway they opened before Faria has been opened. Also, before anyone asks or anyone comments, yes, it is spoilers. Spoilers. Left, right, and center, and up everywhere. So that goes spoilers. So the Salem 7 are chasing them. Jesus Christ. Are chasing them, and there's this nice montage where we see them all go on the brooms and start, and for the very first time, and see witches going on the brooms. They're doing so many reference vibes to multiple different mediums of witches, both from books, legend, movies. There's a great shot where they're flying over the moon that looks really good, which I'm pretty sure only lasts a couple of seconds before the roads start pulling them down, like back to reality. Back to reality. So we do see that. And then they go into the next trial in the 1980s. So this is going to be in Agatha's trial. Now they have the Ouija board. They do get out and they start doing the Ouija thing, which I never do a Ouija board in my entire life. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. So don't do it. But if you want to, that's totally fun. So they start talking to obviously the ghosts beyond. Who are they going to be talking to? And then Agatha starts going really funny. She starts being possessed. We also find out that it's actually her mother is possessing her. We also find out that she's also the mother of the Salem 7 that's going after Agatha because they're the children of the whole coven that Agatha killed that we saw in WandaVision. That was a bit like, oh shit. And here comes the sad part is that Alice tries to help Agatha. In doing that, Agatha absorbs her powers and kills Alice, unfortunately. Allison kills her. Now, at the same time, the teen is getting really annoyed. He really annoyed Agatha. What's going on? This shouldn't be happening. We're trying to help each other. And then also doing the Ouija board, he does mention Nicholas Holt, which is Nicholas Holt. Which is Agatha's son, which breaks the entire spell, and they get out of there. And then obviously right now they're trying to recuperate with the fact that Alice has died. And then what we do get to see is that Agatha does go up to Teen and says, "You are just like your mother." And the Teen snaps after he's being angry at her because of what happened. He's like, "You didn't do anything, you didn't try anything. She's dead because of you." He snaps, and we see the blue power come from his hands, where he pushes Agatha away, and the road sucks her up, and then also pushes the other two witches away and sucks them up as well into the road. It's interesting enough is that Rita's not around when this is happening, so it's like a big like, where are you right now? Like, where are you? Like, this is weird. But as he does that, we start seeing a crown get made on his head, and we see that it's going to be Wanda's crown, except for this one's blue, which means the teen is Wanda's son. Now, I know there was a lot of evidence. This is going to be Agatha. This is going to be Wanda's son. The fact that this is Wanda's son is awesome. And I really hope that is the case, and they're going to go somewhere else. This is Mephisto. This is something else. No, I want this to be Wanda's son because they need to bring Wanda back. She needs to come back in a big way. You can't have an actor like Elizabeth Olsen and then just that's it, and she never comes back. Now there was also rumors that she's going to be back for Secret Wars and Avengers Doomsday, but we need to come back. So if she does, here's the thing: is that the road will grant anyone who goes down the road their deepest desires. So what happens if the fact that Teen's desires to bring back Wanda and Wanda comes back in the last episode? That would fit the show. It would fit so well. And if we get another battle, between Wanda and Agatha, that would be cool. But I really don't know how, even if they do the ending, how it's going to end for Agatha, whether she's going to die, she might. I can't see where Agatha is going to pop up again. Maybe Doctor Strange 3, but that's a bit of a stretch because we still don't have a release date for Doctor Strange 3. Sorry. Not to mention that pretty sure Doctor Strange is not currently on the Earth plane at all. He's currently going through that portal with Charlize Theron because they've created the incursion, which we've seen that and nothing else at all. That's it. Which is really, really annoying. But what can I say? So with this revelation, because it was going to be whether or not it's going to be Wanda's or Agatha's, what the team's going to do, who's going to pop up. I said we've got 4 more episodes left. I had to really think about that. So how's that going to, how's this going to end? And that's the thing is I think if they bring Wanda back in the last episode, this show's going to beat Penguin. Hands down, you can take that to the bank. That I think that's what's going to happen. But if that's going to be a different story. But it's interesting now, with this episode is that we got the background of Agatha and her mother. Agatha still being defenseless. I still want the powers. I'm going to kill all of you. In that sense, in the fact that she's been to the road before, where was Rio? And what's the team going to do next? And not to mention, where for people who go off the road, where did they go? Like the void, what's going to happen? And because remember, my biggest theory is that Rio is actually Lady Death, and not the same one, not the same one in Thor 3. This is Lady Death. This is going to be the one that you see, Deadpool falls in love kind of style, which makes perfect sense with the character, not to, like seeing this back and forth. So that's the type of style I think is going to happen. So the question is, like, looking at this, I kind of wish it was a little bit sooner. We got WandaVision, and then we got Doctor Strange, and then we got Agatha. Just seems like just the spacing is so far. But then again, if Teen is indeed, and they don't do a swerve, where's his brother? How does he know about everything? Why has he got the sigil on? It was a sigil that he put on, or was a sigil to protect himself? Just in case. And as I know, it was a really big stretch from one that I don't know. I saw someone that said like how she flicks his chin was like, is that her taking the sigil off? And I'm like, as much as you can like bend it a little further, I'm like, I don't know if that's really, it's probably a bit too far stretching on that. But that's the big question is going to is Agatha, and it's going on each episode. Agatha's going strength for strength. I'm loving going back into this world of just the weird, the wonderful, and supernatural. And I know I'm the biggest advocate of the fact that telling everyone, give it a break, give it time for everyone going Marvels. I'm so sick of the multiverse thing. I'm like, I do like how this is just on its own thing right now and not connected, but then it might be at the last episode. And not to mention at the moment, Mephisto is also in Fortnite. So will Mephisto make an appearance? Because I saw that someone said that apparently in the first episode, when Agatha is looking at like the day of birth thing, who took out the books where we see Wanda, apparently Mephisto's day of birth is on that. So, and Mephisto got mentioned in this episode. And for anyone who doesn't know who Mephisto is, he's basically the absolute embodiment of the devil in the MCU, both powerful, dangerous, and everything else in between. So I'm just excited. I'm so excited to see this every single week. I'm really enjoying it. And I know some people aren't picking up on this because, it's just another Marvel TV show. I don't think Agatha is one that you need to put on the sleeper. Now, Agatha is doing really well. X-Men 97 that came out this year was near perfect. So if Marvel's bringing out X-Men 97, Deadpool Wolverine, Agatha, if it ends well, hold that to me. You can definitely hold that to me. And then we get Marvel Zombies and Eyes of Wakanda, and they both do really well. Marvel will have gone for strength this year, and they've only had one movie come out, which is insane to think about after all this time. Not to mention that next year we're getting 4 Marvel movies that are kicking off in Feb next year, so it's just going to be go, go, go. But I'm loving Agatha right now. And I want to know, what are you enjoying, Agatha? What are you not liking about it? Or are you just doing what a couple of people I do know, like, I'm going to wait until the entire series comes out before I do the massive binge and watch it all in one go, which if you do, I won't complain. That's a good reason to do it, because it just takes, because every time I get to an end of episode, I'm like, yeah, a week. Yeah, another week. That's it. And the same thing with the Penguin. I know with Agatha, at least at the ending, we're getting 2 double episodes because I want this to finish on Halloween. But Penguin, I'm like, week. But look, at the moment right now, both Penguin and Agatha, that's doing a whole lot better than what the Joker 2 is, because that is still absolutely failing the box office. That is a certified dud on that film. And it's, wow, talk about missing the mark. Talk about just, wow, that was not not what it needed to be, and it's still good. So definitely go check out our review for Joker 2. I had Eric reviews on it, and we had a fantastic fully breakdown on it. It was just really good to see on everything going forward. But look, that's my review for Agatha, episode 5. Let me know in the comments what you think. What I miss? What did I miss? Did I rant too much? I'm always up to everyone's feedback. And as always, until next time, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.